courtesy stay for a couple nights?
Since Saturday.
Okay. Wow. So no one was able to get to you?
They only seen one family over the weekend.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, you know what? I remember, I think it was short staff. Because I remember getting the offer to come in and get some overtime that I had passed, so it must have been. Yep, I remember now. Yep, you're absolutely right. Yep, I remember now. So we did, I don't know if it was from illnesses or things, so we were short-staffed this weekend. You're absolutely right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this assessment with you quickly.
Okay.
See what's going on, see if we can, how we can best serve you. And how do you pronounce your last name?
Apache. It's like Apache Indian, but
Okay.
without the A.
Apache, okay. Easy enough.
Yeah, don't feel bad if you butcher it. Most people.
I'm sure they do. Yep, I'm sure they do. And it's Justin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Pache?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
1983.
And social security number?
554-79-3230.
And phone number?
614-317-5717.
And race?
Multiracial, black and white.
And any other adults, Mr. Pache, in the household with you?
Not staying here. I do have a girlfriend that we plan on getting a place together. She lives with her mom. But as far as...
Okay, coming in here, it would just be you? Okay.
Me and my daughter.
All righty, absolutely. And where you were staying before coming to the shelter, did you feel safe?
Yeah, I did feel safe.
Okay. No domestic violence issues, anything going on?
No.
Okay. All right. Is she your only minor child?
She's my only child.
Okay. All right. And how old is she?
How old are you? 11.
11? All right. I have a grandson that turns 11 today. I can't believe
wow.
it. I say grow up fast.
Another 02 baby.
Yep. 11 years old.
Is he a sixth grader? No, he must be at fifth grade. If his
fifth.
birthday's just now coming up.
Yep, he's fifth. Yep. Absolutely right. And what is your current source of income?
Current income is from work. I work at a temp service.
Okay.
And do you want the amount?
Yes.
I make probably about 150 to 180 a week, so
okay.
I want to say about 600 to 800,
okay.
6 to 800 a month.
Okay. What's your hourly wage?
Hourly wage is, I believe, $8.25.
Okay. And is it full-time, part-time?
I average between 30 and 40 hours a week.
Okay. All right. And do you have custody of your daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the paperwork. You guys should have all that on file.
It's always sad. I know everybody normally brings this up. It's sad when you have to question dads.
Well, that's the way Ohio is. Ohio's set up to where men don't have any rights unless you have been married or established it through the courts. Ohio's very difficult to be a single father.
Yeah, it is. My one son is going through same thing, and I have to explain to him. It's just
anytime I got to switch her schools, it's such a headache, especially if I go to another school district.
And we've had a lot of fathers, even dads, coming in here, and they're even to the point they'll say, "Why do you ask? Why do you have to ask us? If someone else came in here, would you ask them?"
Yeah, it does feel a little.
It is.
What's the word?
It is.
Profiling a little bit, you know. But it's just the way. Just the way.
Yeah. Okay. Food stamps, Medicaid,
Yes.
anything? Okay.
We have,
How much in food stamps?
$347, the full amount for 2 people, and we have Care Source. I think we have Medicaid and Care Source. I don't know.
Okay.
I know we have Care Source.
Okay. And are both you covered?
Yes.
Okay. Any other services or benefits that you receive besides Care Source food stamps?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
No.
Do you currently have an active lease in your name?
No.
Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay. And just a little bit about the circumstances or what led you or caused you to contact the Y.
Well, we were actually in here last November. We were in here a couple. This is our third
I see
time
your
in.
name come up. Okay.
This is our third time in here. Well, fourth time because we had a courtesy stay one time, but
Wow.
really our third time. But you guys provided finances for us one time prior,
Okay.
and I heard you guys got a new policy where it's a lot more difficult. But we're in here. Let me start from the beginning real quick. The home we were staying at, it was just me and my daughter living together, and I found a dog on the street one day. Didn't plan on keeping this dog. Took the dog home. Turned out the dog made my daughter feel really safe at home when I wasn't there because she was concerned about being home by herself while I was at work and doing various things. So we kept the dog. Didn't know the dog was pregnant. Dog had puppies. Got rid of all the puppies except one. Puppy grows up to be about 10 months old. The dogs get into a fight in the yard. They're fighting with each other. Trinity tries to break it up, and some old people come by and attempt to help her break it up on the other side of the fence. So they hand her a big stick.
Wow.
And so the dogs turned all their attention. They were mad at each other. I don't know if you're familiar with dogs, but they can get heated with each other.
Right.
So they were caught up in the moment and turned their attention and hopped over the fence and attacked these old people. Old people one of them got hurt real bad.
Wow.
Like 80 years old.
When did this happen?
Like it was the front story, the top story on the news. They shot and killed the dogs.
Really?
No, dogs never showed. They never showed any sign of viciousness. What I tried. I even talked to the old couple. They tried to put me in jail. We just settled the case like 2 weeks ago, and I got to finally talk to the victims, and I kept trying to explain to them that I would never keep a vicious animal.
Oh my gosh.
And that you guys happened to come to try to assist my daughter when they were in.
So they were in. Was your yard fenced?
Yeah, they were fenced. Yeah, they were fenced in. So what happened was the people that got attacked turned around and sued our landlord, and the landlord made us vacate the premises. So we came back here 4 months ago, and at that time we were not eligible for assistance because we had. It hadn't been a year since we had last received rental assistance. And so on Thanksgiving Day, my girlfriend's mom invited us to come over for Thanksgiving dinner. And I guess she didn't realize we were in a family center because my girlfriend...
So you were in, and I got past that. So you guys were at the shelter this past November?
Yes. And once my girlfriend's mom found out we were staying in shelter, she offered us the opportunity to come stay with her because she knew me and her daughter wanted to get a place together. We've been wanting to get a place together, so she gave us 3 months till February to find a place, and we were counting on a nice chunk of money from the tax return, and we only got about $500 from our taxes, which we still have saved up for a place. So our time ran out there, and my girlfriend's mom she's not a fan of me. She's never been because I don't have money. She's one of these people. She doesn't want her daughter necessarily being with somebody that doesn't have the finances. But she knew her daughter, we love each other. So, but once the time is up, she made us leave. And I asked if my daughter could at least stay so she could, doesn't have to switch schools again. And she said that my daughter couldn't even stay. So that's why and we don't have any family. I have a mom here, but I don't talk to her. She's got a lot of psychological issues.
Okay.
She really
Is she getting help?
She was getting help, but I think when she was getting help, she just stopped taking her medication. I remember like she would take her medication and she would be fine, but and that side of the family is known for mental disabilities. The few family that we do have here in Columbus. So I'm originally from California, where a lot of my family is, but I haven't been there in probably 13, 14 years. So I've really lost connection with a lot of my family out there.
That's too bad. So when this incident with the dog happened, was that your own place?
That at the time was, we actually had moved out of our own place, and we took our dogs with us to stay with a good friend of mine who had been at this home for 7 years, and we got him kicked out of this place after just a couple of months. Like we.
So what happened when you left? Because I'm looking
at the West Side place, the terrace.
So around November 5th through about the 30th, did you find housing at the end of November?
No.
When you guys left the shelter?
No, we stayed with my girlfriend's mom, because my girlfriend lives with her mom. That's who we.
So from there, when you exited, it wasn't to exit into your own place.
No.
It was to move in with you.
Because we weren't eligible for funds here, so we did. The only benefit it really had for us to stay here, other than a roof over our head,
exactly, and meals. And
we didn't have nowhere to go. But as far as getting finances to get into a place to, we had the advocate was willing to write a letter to welfare regarding PRC, and there was another program too, that was available. And I was trying hard. I was calling places, and trying to work at the same time. My hours.
So where'd you go, Mr. President? I didn't mean to cut you off, because it looks like you had the jobs to housing where they assisted you for some months.
Yeah.
Were you in your own housing then?
We were in our.
So back in
it went well.
2012, you did have your own.
Had that place for a year, and right the last month before my lease was up, I was like a couple $100 short on the rent, and it was the first time I was short on the rent, and the landlord was not willing to let me make installments for that month to get caught up on the rent, because they had a bad experiences prior with people getting behind on the rent. So I didn't have the entire amount of rent, and so they asked me to leave. So
okay, so you were in this place for over a year?
About a year, almost a year.
Okay. So fell behind the rent. When did they evict you?
They didn't evict. They didn't evict us. They did file the eviction, but when I got to the eviction process, I told my story to the judge, and the judge just asked my landlord if he gets out by the end of the day, will we drop this? So that's what I did. I moved all my stuff out by that day, and the eviction was dropped, but it still shows up on my record.
Where'd you go after you?
We went to my friend Steve's, who we got the dog incident happen, where he had been at that place for years, and I feel terrible that
moved in with a friend.
Moved in with a friend and got him. Caused him to lose his place over these dogs.
How long were you with the friend?
We were with him from, I want to say, from you came back with me in August. I had you staying with Uncle Chris for about 6 weeks. But we left, I've been staying with him, I want to say June of 2013 to the point we came in here last time.
Okay.
So
from June to July.
We came in here.
Sorry, November.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So he got evicted?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And I can get a notarized statement, stating from Steve, the person that got evicted. I can get all kind of statements notarized from people stating everything that I'm telling you is the absolute truth. I can show you documentation from the dog incident in my bag right now.
So let me ask you, what do you see maybe as being different? What are your goals and plans? What do you see as being different so that you can get into your own housing now and, be able to, maintain your housing and things? I'm sure you guys, as well as your daughter, I know you guys want something stable now.
We wanted something stable. We've been wanting something stable. It's not a now thing. It's what the people that make these policies and they see all these repeat people coming back here fail to realize is people don't want to come back here.
Right,
it's not
absolutely.
a choice. If we are in this place to begin with, that means we're at rock bottom. We have very limited resources, the main limited resource being the knowledge to figure out how to stop this from happening. So, that's been my main goal since I've had custody of her, is to try to find some stability. And there's really no new plan. I mean, other than the last time we were in here, we weren't eligible for assistance directly through the shelter, so that would be a big boost. Coupled in with the fact that we already have about $500 saved up, and we have paycheck stubs between me and my girlfriend to show that we have income. So that initial money to get into a place would be the new plan. As far as staying stable, there's really no plan. People can, you just try not to lose everything.
So when you were living with your girlfriend's mom, so that from November to now, were you guys looking for housing?
Yes.
And I'm trying to
I've talked to landlords.
Figure out like what barriers were coming up that prevented you guys from being able to get housing. In other words, so when you come here, you're going to have a limited stay here. So what's going to be different? What do you see as a goal or plan between yourself, you and your girlfriend, that's going to be different? And
well, the main barrier is the initial. When you move into a place, it takes a chunk of money.
Exactly.
Now, to maintain a place is a lot easier to get into a place. So, that is that. And also, I'm a convicted felon. When I was 18, I went to prison right when she was born. And not only have we been looking for places, I also started a new job. I only make $8.25. I started working for this place called Work in America, which was $15 an hour. And about a week later, they called me into the office and said they had to let me go because I didn't disclose an OMVI that was on my, not arrest record, but on my police record. I never got arrested for it, never got convicted of it, but I was charged of it. And they said the fact that I didn't tell them about it, they felt like I was trying to deceive them, so they had to let me go. So I've been trying vigorously not to just find stable housing, but I realized that at $8.25 is not going to be adequate to help even with my girlfriend's income. So, but there's a lot of barriers, not just the felonies but the knowledge. Like, I don't know where I'm going to get. It sucks because that.
How old is your felony?
My felony is from 2000 I want to say, December of 2000. So it's about, and that wasn't even what cost me that job, that 15. It was, they had a small spot on the bottom of the application that listed anything other than minor traffic offenses. So I went for the serious stuff. I filled it all up with the felonies. I told her about it in an interview, and they didn't tell me, well, if there's anything else, please elaborate so we're not surprised.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have gladly enlightened them. I would have said, give me another piece of paper because there's not enough space right here. So.
So when did your girlfriend's mom ask you guys to leave?
From the very point we got in there, we knew we had till the 21st of February.
Okay.
That from day one, and she had been up until the very end. She's been getting real irritable with us because
Is your girlfriend still there? But
able to stay with you? She's been there with her mom, her and her son for 4 years. So her housing situation is stable, but she definitely wants to get from underneath her mom. So
okay. So is she looking for housing? Can she secure housing in her name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I shouldn't have a problem really securing housing in my name. It's just a matter of the...
What about prior evictions? I know you said the one was just a filing. Any other prior evictions?
No, I have no other filing or even filings.
Okay, so no prior evictions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So back here basically because you have nowhere else to go. Let me ask you, have you ever thought about or considered going back with family in California? Just, so that you
we
have
actually
family
did
to
go back.
support?
We actually did go back a couple years ago. Got an airplane ticket, flew back there, went and stayed with a relative. Hadn't seen him in like 12 years. And when we got back there, didn't realize that the house was being foreclosed on, and they were big time alcoholics. So after a year later, after we had really started to get established there and like it there, it was Trinity's first time out there. We came back because she was just a terrible alcoholic. Like it was just awful. So we actually attempted to go out there. I've lost contact. Some people, not everybody has the same amount of family.
Absolutely.
Some people don't
Everything
have
is
family.
absolutely. But
I even did, like you said, have you ever thought about it? Not only did I think about it, we did it. And after a year, we had to come back.
Okay. So really, this is just kind of your last. I'm going to go and check with someone to find out where we stand with your last shelter stay. Have you spoken with someone already today?
No.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to anybody since we've been here Saturday.
Take a look at what this is. It looks like there's something coming up from today. So basically, you're just kind of in need of shelter again, correct?
I'm in need of shelter and financial assistance.
Okay. So right now,
shelter's not going to do us any good if it's temporary because.
And girlfriend's mom wasn't willing to say, okay, you guys, I'm gonna give you a little more time.
We even asked her, could Trinaty just stay?
Okay.
That would have made things so much easier.
So pretty.
If she could have just stayed, but no, the mom she's never been a fan. So I mean,
okay, and you don't have any family here,
other than my mom, who and her brother, who is diagnosed schizophrenic. So.
Okay. All right. What's the last address where you stay? So that would be
371 Halsbury Circle.
Okay, Halsbury.
HALS.
EUR1.
Okay, thank you, dear. Circle. Okay, and is that Columbus?
Gahanna.
Okay.
And that's another difficult thing we got to address. She's in Gahanna school now because that really put us in a difficult situation.
Right.
Her being in the transportation.
And I'm sure you probably wouldn't want to switch her.
I mean, if
we
I
do everything we can and I'm sure you have had contact with Miss Carolyn Taylor if you've been here before. So she's definitely an advocate for the children. So she definitely, if she can at all do it, she doesn't want the children.
Yeah, we know Miss Carolyn. She's a real nice.
She's wonderful. Miss school, change school, so she does everything she can.
If we can get her back in
her
other Columbus school, Champion Middle School. I mean,
I don't like that school. I don't want to go to that school.
Well, I thought you loved your teachers.
Do you like Gahanna?
Yeah,
She loves Gahanna.
Oh, yeah, I know where Champion Middle School is.
But
even though it's remodeled and they did all of that.
But when you were at Champion and we were getting you into Gahanna, you didn't even want to leave Champion.
Really?
Because I don't like. I'm shy to go to new schools.
Okay, but if you can't go to Gahanna, and you have to go to either a new Columbus school or a Columbus school that not only you're familiar with, but you had honor roll at. You're an honor roll student.
Them kids try to start fights with me.
Yeah. That's going to be at every school, Tran. That's not
at Gahanna.
Okay, well, any Columbus school, a lot of them are similar.
Yeah, that's so bad now that our kids have to go through this. And I know we went through it before. I did. So that's been umpteen years ago. But it's so unfortunate. So only thing we can do is the best we can and try. What's the zip code in Gahanna?
43230.
Okay. And I'm going to put you there maybe about 3 months.
Yes, from November 25th to the first day. First courtesy stay here Saturday. I think it was the 21st or the 22nd.
I'm gonna go see if I can get your old file quickly as well, so we can combine, kind of see what was in there, as opposed to documents I would have to ask you for.
I'm sure all the documents. I mean, if you don't, if it's not
like,
in it,
photo IDs, birth
yeah.
certificates.
I mean, if
and all
you if
that.
it's not in there, I got
Custody papers and
copies
things
of
are
all
in
that.
there? Okay.
If it's not in there, I got it all with me.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can pull that file, and then just check, just kind of run this by. My copier doesn't work. Hopefully, the information I needed, hopefully it printed out there. I'm gonna speak with my supervisor quickly and see where we go from here. And I'm sorry to see you back here as well, as I'm sure you are.
Oh, Trinaty
and,
cried.
There's
She did
not
not.
as much, resources and things, and just the nature of how things are now. Where maybe years back there were more resources, more funding and things available. With the way of the economy, jobs, everything. So, and nothing's guaranteed. Even our funding here, nothing is guaranteed any longer at all. Do you have any active warrants in your name?
No.
Okay, no registered or convicted sex offender?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we really it's really embarrassing coming to keep. The last thing I want to do is come back here. It's embarrassing coming back and seeing the same staff and explaining to them, like, they're looking at you like, what happened? Like, why can't you figure this out? It's.
Were you guys putting a lot of job applications in? Because that's the other thing, is we sometimes try to find out. I was putting applications in, but this is what they said. So-and-so, so-and-so. What barriers do you know of when you were putting in applications that might be things that we can begin addressing?
I didn't have
right
any
away?
barriers with applications.
Okay.
I mean, as I told you, I just started working. That was like
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
So it's not like you've been putting in a lot of applications. You or your girlfriend?
I have been putting. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been going to interviews.
Applications. I'm sorry, for apartments.
Oh, application.
Have you been
Oh,
looking for housing?
oh no.
And are things coming
No,
back?
we have not put in because we haven't had the finances as far as, we haven't done any applications for apartments.
Okay.
But we have called several landlords. There's a place down the street that we really, on Fifth Avenue before you get to Cassidy. We talked to the landlord, and he says it's been available for a while because he's real choosy about who he wants to live in there, and that's the place we would really like to live in. It's around our price range.
Okay. So what prevented you from putting applications in? Because you knew you didn't have the funding?
Well, a lot of
You
places
wouldn't
want
have
that $35 to do the application, and then $35 is it's a lot of money right now.
So did you guys come here on Friday?
We came in on Saturday.
Okay, so you came in
22nd.
Saturdays. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't put in. We just, if you don't have the finances, if you know your money's not right, there's really no point in. You don't have so much time to handle your responsibility, and you have to be efficient. And then, if you're putting in applications to a place you can't move into, it's just counterproductive.
And I'm sorry, can I ask, what was the nature of the felony charge way back?
Theft charges. They were burglary charges. I was convicted of like 3 burglaries, I believe, maybe 4. It was when I was very stupid.
Let's see. And you said no prior evictions?
No prior evictions.
And how long have you been on this job, your current job?
I've worked for Excel years ago, and then came back in, I want to say, when did I come back in? It was probably like around the time we moved in with Steve. I want to say maybe July or August. We'll say August, around August 1st, because I was still working as a trash man. I was working for Rumpke before that, which was still the same pay, believe it or not.
probably right back. Let me see if I can get your file and check on a couple things. I guess if anything, while I'm going, I'm gonna let you get started on new paperwork. So I'll at least get you started on that, and I'll check on a couple things. Are you driving?
No, that's another thing. That's another big beer. I haven't had a car since like 2006.
Okay.
Because I owe back child support, even though I have custody of my daughter. They still retain my driver's license for back child support that I still pay the rearages on every week, even though I've had custody. It's the only kid I've had, but they don't want to.
Wow.
So I refuse to drive without a driver's license. Otherwise,
Good for you. Yeah.
But it's just, it really, the world moves very slow when you have to take public transportation.
Absolutely, and you're dependent on.
And I don't let that stop me.
Yeah.
I don't let that stop me. But it's just a fact that a lot of days I can.
And it does. And you're dependent on what time.
And you got to be to
at
the bus
least
stop
you're doing,
early.
So you're doing, what you have to do for now. So you like your school in Gahanna, huh? Is it Gahanna, middle school?
Mm-hmm.
Gahanna Jefferson?
Okay.
No, Gahanna Middle School East.
Oh, it's not Jefferson?
Huh?
No, Jefferson is elementary.
But you said she did well at Champion?
I was surprised because when I started middle school, it was a rough transition for me. And she got honor roll the first semester. I know she doesn't really care for some of the students there, but she did love the teachers there.
That's good. Yeah, it makes a difference. And it's unfortunate and too bad that, things aren't children all the way we do. So that's something I think we really have to begin addressing seriously, is what's going on in the schools.
Oh, I agree.
I think it takes everybody, the teachers, principal, parents, children, it takes everybody to address this matter. It really does.
But really, they got to educate the parents, though. The parents are the one, because the parents are just expecting the kids, the schools to do all
everything. And all he said to me was like a triangle. If all of us aren't working together, it's not a whole piece. If it's not the school, teachers, principal, the parents, the child, all of us working together, the parents have to be working with it's broken, and it's not going to work. Parents have to be involved, the children and the schools, everybody working
There's
together.
Too many parents that need to be educated themselves.
If we all work together, so something's going to have to come down, where something's going to be mandatory for parents to do. There's going to have to be more serious consequences. Something's going to have to give.
And we ran into one of the policies at Columbus Public. We lived 1.8 miles from Champion Middle School, so she had to walk to school.
You didn't get a bus.
Through a bad, terrible neighborhood in the dark, so that really made me mad that they would understand that they have to budget things, but to jeopardize a child's safety. 2 miles. 2 miles. To jeopardize a child's safety is not somewhere you should be cutting money.
Right back.
Yeah, if you can't get all that paperwork, I got it.
Because I'll have to combine files anyway.
She says she'll be here tomorrow.
Dunkin' Donut food fire.
thought line train.
Can't get in the office to get your file. I can let somebody. Did you get funding the last time you were in here? Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't eligible for
Okay.
funding.
So you weren't eligible the last time you were here, and that's why you went. Okay, you did tell me that. That's what I was looking at things. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's not eligible again. But you didn't get funding the last time, so that's what the difference is going to be.
Yeah, that's a big
Okay.
difference. And last time I didn't have any money saved up either.
Okay.
I was,
Do you now?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not a lot, but it's something that's better than nothing.
So do you feel that you would be successful if you weren't eligible for the funding?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I would not feel. If I'm not eligible for funding, I right now I would just feel like giving up, really. Because the last time that I wasn't eligible for funds and I came in here and I tried to have a positive attitude, it was so difficult. They asked me that question, I was like, yeah, sure. This time, after trying to do it,
Okay, did I make a mistake? I just want to see something.
No.
Now, did you go?
So all I did was, but that's what Jessica was telling me too, that I didn't
Go, because I didn't go there either. I just
didn't
was
look
looking.
at service transactions.
Right.
He said he didn't get funding the last time he was here.
Because that is, okay,
So-
that is the same year. I grouped all of that together. I'm thinking
Okay.
that it was all jobs to housing, and it wasn't.
Okay.
Like from, wow, which would be a very long time, 2012, June of
Okay.
2012 to November 2013.
So do I have to do entry, exit, and then service
No,
transactions,
go
or could I
to,
just?
no, go to service transactions, and then,
And then, okay. So that was down. Okay. So this.
shelter stay. That was
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you.
And
Because I looked
also
at
his
that
old
quickly.
file. Did you?
Yeah,
pull
that's
that?
what I said. I can't get in the office. Every time I go around, I'll get somebody to let me in.
Yeah,
That's what we just were doing.
You know, I tried it. I've used my thing.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
I remember you.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Dream today, celebrate tomorrow. Cheers. She's really going to have kids.
She is. I'm glad they got some new advocates. I'm glad we didn't get the last advocate, Jessica.
Any participants taking any supplementation?
scheduled for community resource orientation. It is now starting in the training room. Thank you.
After we leave here, we'll go try to find something to eat. I got a doctor's appointment I got to go to today. I got to be there. Chelsea, we got to meet Chelsea. She's going to
come on in.
take us. The appointment's at 1:45, I think. But we got to go catch that bus and meet Chelsea over by her house.
was probably the name.
No, this is a company name. It's spelled different.
Was that the DCA or something?
I'm gonna copy your documents over, even though I know they're going to be in there.
Okay. You want the documents?
Yes,
Okay.
if you can. Everything's been filed again. I'm not sure how she
Let me pull them out.
boxed and filed things again, and
I have a recent copy of my fab code too. I don't know if you want that.
That's all right,
Okay.
because we're always required to,
Get a new one.
well, yes.
Can I borrow your stapler for a second?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And your daughter's Trinity, Roy?
Yes.
Okay.